to. And you know what? I get frustrated because I see more greatness in people than they see in themselves. I see greater financial futures than they see in themselves. Most people don't believe they can get there.
Find out more by visiting firstconsultantsinc.com or engage in Tom Young's live simulcast presentation on the third Tuesday of each month beginning at 9:10 a.m. on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live. All advisory services are offered through PL Wealth LLC. PL Wealth is a federally registered investment advisor. PL Wealth is in no way affiliated with First Consultants Inc., nor is First Consultants Inc. a registered investment advisor.
If you have kids going off to college this fall, one of the most important things to consider is their new car. College kids need vehicles that are fuel efficient to save money and are versatile for cargo and passenger space and also have a sporty exterior. When you're looking for a new back-to-school car for your student, look no further than Moon Township Ford. They have plenty of vehicles that your student will love, whether new or pre-owned. And for everyone else, summer means it's time to get going and enjoy the warm weather. If your truck is your lifeline to towing recreational vehicles, campers, boats, and carrying jet skis, fishing gear, and more, the Ford F-150 truck is the vehicle for you. No matter where your summer vacation takes you, be more fun in a new vehicle from Moon Township Ford. Summer vacations or back-to-school gear up. Trust Moon Township Ford to have what you need. University Boulevard across from Robert Morris.
Falconi's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Here on Beaver County Radio, we start the season with our first Coach's Corner. And thank you for joining us. As always, we are on the Beaver County Radio Facebook page. We are also on the Beaver County Radio YouTube station where you can see us. And tonight we're going to start with the Beaver Valley Football Officials Association. We started with them last year, and we had 4 guests. This year, 4 guests again. We're going to start off with 2 guests that we didn't have last year. But first, let me introduce my co-host, Frank Salopek. Frank, welcome back.
Mike, always a pleasure to be here and looking forward to a great 2026 high school football season and our Friday night games of the week on Beaver County Radio.
Frank will be on every Friday night with myself and Joe Greco. Also, producer Curtis Walsh here tonight as well. I want to thank him. But first, let's introduce Ryan Marchone. He's closest to the camera. Put your hand up. There you go, a longtime official, and now going to be teaching history, is it, at Osh? And Eric Susich, a longtime official in every sport you can imagine. They're here with us tonight. We have a lot of questions for them, as Frank does too. We'll later get to Scott Travis and Bobby Joe Bellis. They'll join us in the second segment. But let's start with Eric. Eric, you've been reffing a lot of sports for a lot of different years, and the one thing in the last 5 years that everybody's talked about, it doesn't matter what sport it is the lack of new quality people. There are a lot of quality referees, officials, and such, and a lot of guys are retiring eventually, but there's not enough young talent that's coming up, and there's a lot of reasons for it. I know yourself and others promote that and try to get new people, but give me your idea of why a lot of people aren't wanting to be refs and officials, because it's a nice way to make extra money. It's a good way to be involved.
It is indeed, and thank you for having us.
No doubt.
I would say the number one, when I approach someone, they seem to not want to do it based on the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I go in there, beat the bush, try to get these younger kids to get involved, and it's the first thing they say is, there's no way I would do that.
You have to have a thicker skin then.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, some fans go overboard, but every school is different. So I'll ask you again. Some schools you go to, and the athletic directors and the security will take care of a lot of problems. But some schools you go to, and people get out of hand a little bit. So a lot of that is why I think people get out of it. They'll get it for a year or two and then give it up.
Exactly. You see a lot of it on social media where things get out of hand. And, certain schools have security. And fortunately, I never ran into any type of problems.
Well, I've seen it.
I've seen it. I've heard it, I should say.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I never had anything where I could sit here and say this school or that school's failing to protect people. But others might have a different opinion on that.
Now, Ryan, you're a little younger, and you've been doing this for how many years now?
I started with baseball right out of high school, so that's been 10 years now.
Where'd you go to high school?
Central Valley.
So what made you decide to start umpiring, refereeing? How'd you get into it?
I just any game that I went to or watched, I just was always watching the officials. I was always kind of interested in it.
Okay.
So I started with baseball, and I enjoyed doing that. So I picked up basketball to do that in the winter. And then everyone that I met in basketball told me, "Oh, you should do football." So I started with football, and now that's my favorite sport. I'm also doing flag football now. That just started as a girls' sport last year. And then I'm registered for volleyball, but I haven't done any of that yet, just because my schedule got a lot busier.
So when you got into it, and like Eric was saying about the fans, how was your first reaction to it? Did you ignore it? What kept you coming and going with, or other people leave right away after, oh boy, a guy said boo to me? How did you handle it and keep on doing this?
Yeah, so at the start it was kind of tough, just because you kind of, whenever someone says something to you, you want to give it right back, which is just like basically throwing gasoline on a fire.
Right.
It doesn't work out. So eventually you just learn that half the people aren't going to like you no matter what you call, so you just move on and you live with it, and you know that they're only seeing it based on how they want to see it for their team, and we're seeing it black and white. We don't care who wins and who loses, so I just know that I'm there to do a job. I don't really pay attention to what they're saying. At this point, being 10 years in, I just kind of think it's kind of comical now.
I'll get to Frank in just a second. I know I've been places, I won't mention the school, and people are yelling at me because they think I'm broadcasting in favor of the home team, and I've had that happen too. So, yeah, and I engage with them, which is the worst thing to do. Frank, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so I do want to give a shout out to the two colleagues here because, as our listeners know from our bantering, that I am a official in the Beaver Valley Basketball Officials Chapter, and I've worked with these gentlemen, and they are fine referees, both playoff caliber referees. So the question I want to ask, and since the mic's in front of Ryan, I'll start with you. Mike just kind of talked about, and Eric brought up, why people don't want to do it. Why should younger people that love sports come out and become a referee?
So I personally, if you love sports, I think it's the perfect part-time job. With my schedule as a teacher, it's perfect because I get off by 3 o'clock and I can work any kind of game. But just the people that you meet, I think sports officials overall are some of the best people that you can meet in your life. Some of them now are some of my best friends now, just because I spend so much time with them, especially my football crew, because I'm with my same group every single week, traveling throughout Beaver County, Allegheny County, going out after games and stuff with them. So it's kind of the camaraderie that you build with them is the main reason why it's great being a sports official. But you're getting paid to exercise, which is big for me because I'd probably be way more overweight than I already am if I wasn't officiating games. The side money is great. The skills that you build as far as communicating with people, handling situations under pressure, there's just so many benefits to it, and that's why I say you really have to actually give it a try, not just say, oh, well, I don't want to do it because I don't want fans yelling at me and things like that. If you give it a shot and you kind of get through your first year and start building up your repertoire a little bit, it's really like the best part-time job you could have.
Yeah. Eric, I think this is my 24th year. How many years do you have in basketball, or what sport have you had the longest?
When I was pulling in, well, I did both of them the same amount of time, but I started in the youth program with football, so I really didn't have the license for the varsity.
But as a patched official,
I started in 2007.
Okay, so 17 years. So you started a few years after my career started. For you, what was the rationale for becoming a patched referee, and what would be your reason to, for anybody listening that would like to do this, why they should do it? And maybe, hopefully, your answers are a little different than Ryan's.
Right. Ryan summed it up. You know that. I mean, Ryan did sum it up. But Joe Reseda, New Brighton.
Wonderful man.
I was coaching for, I think, 13 years prior to that, and Joe kept bugging me because he was officiating the games I was coaching.
Right.
And he kept bugging me to get involved in it. And when I got away from coaching, I did get involved with officiating basketball. And to be honest with you, I had so many other side jobs with mowing lawns. Being that I was a teacher, I had side jobs mowing lawns. I had a detail shop for a while where I detailed cars. And it was basically, like Ryan said, just a supplemental income. And I wanted to stay around the sport.
Yeah. I mean, the extra income is nice. I know it gives us an opportunity to, have a little extra cash flow, and that's a good reason for doing it. Mike?
Yeah. Let's start Eric again. I know one thing we do want to talk about is different ways to try, if anybody's listening, different ways that we're trying to get new officials. Because as time goes on, and I've seen it, a lot of guys are sticking with it and they're older. There's guys in their 60s and 70s still doing basketball, doing football. Eventually, they're not going to be able to do it physically. What are the things that I know you say you try to talk to people, and we'll get more of this from Scott and Bobby Joe too, but what kind of things have you tried to come up with to try to either get people to come here, whether you're going to schools, whether you're talking to somebody, whether you're putting flyers out in schools? What things are you trying to do to make people realize this is something you should get into?
You can set up your own schedule, which I think is very important. And I try to explain that to them. I'm like, because they're like, well, I don't have the time. And I say to them, well, you can actually block your schedule and pick and choose what you want to do. So that's the way I try to sell it. I mean, it's a job where you are your own manager of your time schedule.
Hey, Mike, if I can,
yeah.
I've actually seen Eric. Eric does a great job of getting to know players
right.
on the basketball court, because that's where I see him most frequently and have worked with him. And as Eric, because he is an educator in Beaver County and knows people, he I've seen him on the foul line when he's talking to girls, saying, "Hey, are you going to college? Or you're not going to college? Or guys or girls?" And I've actually seen him say, "Hey, if you're not going to go to college, or even if you are, you should consider becoming a referee if you're not going to play the sport in college." So Eric has been he's been a great ambassador for trying to recruit referees into the games.
We picked up a few that way.
Good, Ryan. Let me get you one question before we take a break. You're going to be teaching again. I would think it's a good idea, I think Eric has done, is identify people who want to keep busy, because it's the kids that are lazy who really don't want to work. This is something for people like us with broadcasting, something you may not be able to play anymore, but you stay involved in a sport, and you're going to help kids learn, and there's a lot. So how do you go about identifying who wants to do this?
So the last 3 years I was a sub at Central Valley,
okay.
And obviously a bunch of those kids there knew that I was an official, so they'd always ask me questions about it, and I tried to really sell it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So far it hasn't been successful.
But you keep working.
For whatever reason, but I just keep working at it, telling them all the benefits, especially as a high school kid, because the PIAA a couple years ago, they started a junior officials program, so you can actually start officiating when you're 16. You just do like lower level games and stuff. So I tell them, like, it's way better than cutting grass or working at McDonald's or whatever normal high school jobs you have, especially if you love sports. And then, like I said, it helps you with skills like communication, dealing with situations under pressure, skills that you need for the rest of your life. So I keep trying to sell it to them. So far, I haven't had anyone actually want to do it. But that just kind of goes with
find somebody.
Today's generation, I think, is a little bit lazy, too.
A little bit different, yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Just got to find the right people.
Yeah.
They're out there. It's just good, but you got to find them.
Yep, still working on it.
Ryan Marchone, Eric Susich, that's the first of the two that we're going to interview here. It's the Beaver Valley football officials. We're going to take a break, but before we do, we want to thank Pizza Joe's for the pizza. These guys are waiting to get in there. We got some pizza back there. They tell me their most popular pizza is...
Who's theirs?
No. Pizza Joe's.
Theirs? Pizza Joe's?
Yeah, what's their most popular?
It's got to be the pepper. It's got to be the Mighty Meaty.
No.
I like the Mighty
It's
Meaty.
not that. Guess. You guys guess. Go ahead. What do you got?
I'm going to say the Supreme.
Nope. What do you got?
Well, I know the answer because I watch your guys' show every week. It's the pickle pizza.
Nope,
right?
it's not. It's the veggie pizza.
The veggie pizza.
They told me the veggie pizza is really big right now.
You guys always talk about the pickle pizza on the show. I figured it was that
we do.
one.
You're right. All right, guys, we're going to take a break here on Beaver County Radio. We'll be right back after these messages.
If you have kids going off to college this fall, one of the most important things to consider is their new car. College kids need vehicles that are fuel efficient to save money and are versatile for cargo and passenger space, and also have a sporty exterior. When you're looking for a new back-to-school car for your student, look no further than Moon Township Ford. They have plenty of vehicles that your student will love, whether new or pre-owned. And for everyone else, summer means it's time to get going and enjoy the warm weather. If your truck is your lifeline to towing recreational vehicles, campers, boats, and carrying jet skis, fishing gear, and more, the Ford F-150 truck is the vehicle vehicle for you. No matter where your summer vacation takes you, the adventure will be more fun in a new vehicle from Moon Township Ford. Summer vacations or back-to-school gear up. Trust Moon Township Ford to have what you need. University Boulevard across from Robert Morris.
Falconi's Moo Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost-plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Make a trip to Tri-State Sporting Arms on 3rd Avenue in New Brighton. Stop by and explore their huge selection of high-quality firearms. Their experienced staff is there to help you select the perfect firearm and gear for your family needs. Firearms are not just for hunting, but also for competing and shooting. Competition is all ages. Looking to sell your firearms? They also buy those too. Call them at 724-982-4298. Open Wednesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Before you buy, check out Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton. You won't be disappointed.
This isn't just our anniversary. It's a celebration of you, our customers, who've made our 87 years possible. Join us for our Customer Appreciation Anniversary Sale with special Spin to Win giveaways. You'll find incredible savings on beautiful furniture, top quality appliances, sensational mattresses, and handcrafted Amish-built furniture. Through changing generations in our community, one thing has remained: the trust of our customers with our commitment to serving them with integrity. 87 years strong and savings even stronger. The Customer Appreciation Anniversary Sale only at AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. You'll do okay with AK.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
If you're not sure what play to call next, and it's 4th and long, maybe it's time to huddle up. This is Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Loan programs of all types for many different purposes can get you across the goal line. Loan approvals are based on credit approval, and some restrictions may apply. Put a little freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we're back. Coach's Corner, week 1. And remind everybody, we will have Havenworth at Hopewell as our opener on Friday night. Airtime 6:30. Kickoff at 7. But we are here for the first Coach's Corner. But we have referees from the Beaver Valley Football Officials Association. We just got done talking to Ryan Marchone and Eric Susich. Now we're going to talk to the veterans. Bobby Bellis. Is that correct, Bobby? Bobby Joe Bellis.
Bobby Joe Bellis, yeah.
And Scott Travis. Guys, welcome. Again, you were here last year.
Nice to be back.
I know, Scott, me and you emailed and talked to each other a lot. And last year we had good conversations with you and Bobby.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe. I'm so sorry. I'll probably keep calling you. You know, when you come down to it, either somebody's going to want to do this or not. It's a matter of just getting to try it. Back in the day, more people wanted to do it, but society has changed with social media and people being so sensitive to what people are saying. Right. Is there anything new that you guys are going to try or have talked about in your meetings to try to get people for every sport, not just football, but football, it's losing numbers too?
Yeah, like our chapter is specifically football. I mean, there's the Beaver County basketball, and we've tossed a few things around. Like at the Penn Ohio games, we talk to the kids after practice. And we tell them, if you're not going to move on, you're not going to go to college. Even if you do go to college,
you want to make some money.
You can make a little extra spending cash for college doing this. We talked to them there. We have talked different ideas. We were down the Larry Bruno Museum the other day.
Yes, that's a nice place.
He's going to put us on display down there with our shirt and our pictures. And Steve has offered us the back room for recruiting purposes.
Beautiful.
But we're talking about it. We got a couple of new people this year, but they're not younger people. They're a little older in their 30s.
Anybody's good. But you want to start developing younger kids because what's going to happen we've been saying this for years, what's going to happen in 5 years? What's going to happen in 10 years? When everybody starts retiring, what are they going to do to fill games?
I mean, I'm 61, so I'm getting towards that.
Right.
I've been doing it 20 years, and I'm coming. John Ludwig's on my crew, and he's 65, so we're getting there, and we're trying. Everybody pushes. Games, we sort of talk to people off to the side.
Has the WPIL or PIAA done anything other than a few little things? Have they done any major things to try to help this? Because it's not only just in Beaver Valley, it's everywhere. Have they done anything to help you?
I saw an article on Trib Live a few months ago. I know Nick Maria put something on there. I saw it. I mean, there's not a big push, but it's statewide. I mean, actually, you could say it's countrywide.
Yeah,
no doubt.
No, it is. I mean, Mike, they were saying, Ryan was saying about the PIAA starting, or the WPIL starting the junior referee program, right, to try to get kids at the younger age started. One of the things that I heard at a basketball program that was done 2 years ago before the season, Gene Sterator, and they had the Division II and Division III assigners there talking about the process. And, high school is the feeder to Division III. Division III is the feeder to Division II. Division II is the feeder to Division I. And based on the declining numbers and the age of high school, not only is there a problem at our level, the high school level, there's going to be a problem in 10 years all the way through the college ranks.
Yeah, but somebody somewhere has got to want to do something about it. And I don't think, let's go to Bobby Joe now, I don't think it's a matter of people aren't getting enough pay, because most of you, it's like us, you're doing it because you love the sport. You're giving something back. Yeah, it's nice little side money, but, you're doing it because you love it and you want to be involved. Because if it wasn't for that, I mean, you've got family, you've got other things to do. So I hear people say, it's not enough money. It's just decent money for what you're doing. So I don't think that's a big reason. Or do you think it's a reason?
I don't think any of us do it for the money.
Right.
But like Ryan and Eric said, it's a nice side hustle compared with bussing tables or working retail. And you do have more flexibility to make a schedule that works for you when you're ready to. Some guys don't want to work Friday nights for various reasons, or some people just want to work youth, and all of those positions are important.
Yeah.
And I do truly believe it is absolutely for the love of the game. Like, all of us have either played or coached or been involved in sport in some fashion. And let's face it, we wouldn't go out there if we didn't absolutely love it, because it is demanding, it is taxing on our bodies, it's a big time commitment, and we're not just showing up Friday night or Saturday morning. We are watching film, we have chapter meetings, we go to clinics, we have Zoom meetings in the off season, we have off season training on the field, we go to practices. Look, if there's any high school coaches out there, it is known that the best teams, the least penalized teams, have officials at their practice. I mean, we know the pro teams do it. We know the colleges do it. For example, we had a training session last Wednesday at Central Valley. Coach Lyons is always gracious to have us. One of my college buddies is the head coach at Pine Richland, John Ladon. He
I know
had
John.
me. I went out in the spring. I said, hey, there's some stuff I'm personally working on. Can I just hang out at your practice? And he was like, Bobby Joe, anytime you come on down. So those things are very helpful. And we do put a lot of time into it. And I just think the reward is just stepping out on that field Friday night. There is nothing else like it. I've been to Steeler games, Penn State games, Robert Morris. I've been I'm a big sports fan. My family's big sports people. There's nothing like Friday night lights in Beaver County or Western PA. I'll say
it's nice to see the
really
crowd,
special.
the bands. I mean, I get charged up when I go. The bands, the fans, everybody. It's a social event. It's an event for a school. Back in the day, me and Frank grew up. Our fathers ran grocery stores, and we were working at 12 years old. And we were encouraged to work for the family. And then once we got a little bit of taste of getting a little bit of money, we wanted to be involved. We were brought up that way. And then in college, I did other things. But me and Frank both have tried to do other things. Your generation's the same way. How do we break through the generation now that is mommy and daddy have done everything for them to get them to be involved and want to do more than just have a regular job and do extra things? How do we break through and get that changed?
That's a good question. I think as a chapter and as just officials in general, what Eric said, Eric and Ryan are always talking, like they said in their segment, they're always talking to people. You get me in a room to talk about officiating, or any of us to talk about officiating, we are all about it. And I can just say, it's not just about being a good official. It's the full well-roundedness that you get from it. I didn't start this till I was in my late 30s, and I feel like my dad encouraged me. He officiated, but I worked in college athletics for many years, so it was a conflict of interest. But
what made you decide to do it?
My dad and then my mom started pushing me and encouraging me, and I worked for DV Sports Software, and I interacted a lot with the officials because of our replay software. And I originally wanted to do basketball, but to be honest, I wasn't serious about taking the test. Did not study very much, and I said, I'm not going to work a sport that I played and coached. So if I can do football, then I can just focus on learning the rules. And now I'm just sort of piecing some of the other pieces together. But it does help you grow as a person, with your temperament, your situational awareness, self-control, and the camaraderie. I mean, this is my extended family. We talk constantly. I have so many football referee group chats. People are always like, who are you texting? I'm like, oh, it's my crew. It's my crew. It's my board members. It's the guys. You get involved. We're always talking.
It's like a school board or anything. You're involved with people. The key word is getting people involved.
Yeah.
Frank, what do you got for these two?
So, Bobby Joe, you gave rationale for not doing basketball. Women referees are most generally in sports like basketball, volleyball, those things. How many women are in refereeing in Western Pennsylvania football? And, for the women that may be listening, why is it a rewarding opportunity?
There's a handful of us. There's a lady, Leanne Williams. I think she's either Lawrence or Butler County, and I think there's one or two in one of the Pittsburgh chapters. I've met people over the years at different clinics and stuff. And then we have two ladies out of Beaver Valley, myself and Mary Lolacoca. I may have pronounced her name wrong. She works a lot of sports. You might know Mary from basketball. To me, football is family. I worked for Robert Morris football team for Coach Walton. To me, it was never about football is female or I am woman, hear me. It was just I love football, and I was always around it. Was around great coaches, and I just think football is really one of the most welcoming environments you can be in, because when you step in that, if you're a player or a coach and you walk in that locker room, we don't care where you're from, what color you are, how much money you have. We have a common goal, and that is to win. So football, to me, has always been very welcoming. But I think for anybody that wants to get involved in officiating, we need you. We want you. We'd love to have you. I do think it's nice to have more diversity and have different people represented. Maybe my mentality is just a little different because I've been around it for so long and my personal experiences. But I say, if you're I'm 45, And if me and Scott and the guys if hearing us talk about officiating inspires you to, hey, I want to learn Spanish, or I want to become a basketball official, or maybe I will learn how to play guitar. I think that maybe is the takeaway. But yes, we would love to have you, and it's just such a rewarding side hustle and thing to do and be a part of the community. And I couldn't think of a better side gig.
45. I remember
I
when you and
said
Patrice
that out loud.
I remember when you and Patrice ran around in diapers.
Yep.
That's how long I've known your family. Scott, from a perspective, there is a part of it, right? We're at the age where we can no longer compete from a competitive standpoint, and giving back to the sport. Can you kind of give our listeners a feel for what it is like to walk out onto that turf Friday night and look up at the crowd and get ready to, kick off that ball, and how that is such a motivating factor to be a part of the game in an exciting atmosphere that is Western Pennsylvania Friday Night Lights?
I mean, Friday nights there's nothing like it anywhere. I mean, in Beaver County, Western PA, you walk out there. You're not part of a team, but you feel the electricity down. Everybody's looking, and they're not here to see you. They're here to see these two teams. And our crew, before we start a game, we tell them that. They're not here to see us officiate a game. They're here to see you guys. I mean, it's just powerful, but you feel it as an official. No matter how big the game might be, the records of the teams, you just feel it. And you're there for the kids. Powerful experience. I mean, anybody who wants to go out there, you're going to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. You love the game of football, that's the place to be.
Yeah. When you think about it, like on a Friday night, and I know you guys get games beyond Beaver County sometimes, but on a typical Friday night, what is your time commitment? What time do you leave the house, do the game, and get home? Because I'd like to translate that into something. So,
when you leave, we have to be at the field at 5:30, in our locker room at 5:30. So, depending on where your game's scheduled, you have to plan ahead. Let your boss know, hey, I got to leave. We get there at 5:30. We get dressed. We walk on the field at 6 o'clock. We normally do not get out of the locker room after the game, depending on how long the game is, till after 11. And, a lot of crews like to go out and have a drink or something afterwards.
But, I mean, you're looking at, on a Friday night, anywhere from 4.5 to 6 hour commitment. And in today's world, as Bobby Joe said, it's a great side hustle, because in reality, you're probably making about, close to $20 an hour versus working for minimum wage. So there's the excitement of being involved in something bigger, and it is a nice little bit of extra change for your pocket. And if you're doing
sub-varsity games, the time commitment's not as strenuous, I guess. If the game's at 6, you could show up at 5:45, go on the field. They take you an hour and a half, and then you go home.
Yeah.
But the high school is a lot more team intuitive, I have to say, because you've 6 guys talking before and after.
And how many current referees in your chapter?
We have 45, I believe.
Somewhere between 45 and 50. We got three
new ones.
So I haven't total counted yet, but it's somewhere between 45.
And if we go back a handful of years, how many were there? Because I know for our Beaver Valley basketball officials, I think when I started 22 years ago or 23 years ago, there might have been close to 100 referees in the chapter. Now we're down to maybe 35 or 40.
I believe when I got in 2005, I believe we were well over 70 guys.
Yeah.
I did honestly try basketball a few years back. They talked me into it because they were short guys. I didn't like basketball as much because you're too close to the fans and coaches.
Everybody that I know, all of my friends that do football and used to do basketball, all quit basketball because of what you just said. You're too close to the fans, and you hear and see everything that goes on.
Maybe wearing earplugs would.
Well, I mean, I'm the umpire Friday night, so I'm in the middle of the field. I don't get to experience the sideline much, then that's good.
I do think, Mike, Bobby Joe said something important at the beginning of her conversation. the listeners of our shows, we have a lot of mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers listening to us. They should be encouraging their sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters who are sitting around doing nothing in the evenings to pick up a sport, take a test, and join and become an official. And then they would have the joy of watching their children, grandchildren continue to be in an athletic environment, just in a different way. Because I know my family has come to watch me referee, just like they listen to me on the radio.
One thing I was thinking, guys, before we take our next break, we got some time yet. I know we talked with Ryan about the high schools, and you talked to the high school players. I would think places maybe like Geneva, Penn State Beaver, CCBC, have we ever tried to get in front of any classes there and told people, hey, look, you may not go from here athletically, and you might not get great jobs right away, but this is a good way to earn money and stay involved. Have you ever tried to go the college route and approach people in faculty to talk in front of kids or athletes there?
I don't think we have. I think Bobby Joe spoke to somebody at Robert Morris at one point about us having an event up there.
Yeah, that to me seems unnatural, because if I was in college, I did this. But if I was an athlete, and you don't want to get in the real world right away. You still want to be involved in what you're doing.
I believe there are 2 or 3 high schools in Beaver County now that, as a part of their curriculum in health education, that they're actually offering referee classes now to try to encourage young kids. I think it might be Riverside, might be one of them.
Beaver's one of them. We had a game there last year, and just talking and dead time. The ADs. Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I believe Western Beaver has one of those programs. I was speaking with the AD at a game last year, and we've tossed around some ideas, and it kind of. We probably need to do a better job pushing, like planning something. But it is like some of these people work other sports, and then it's like, well, when do you do it? Do you do it in the spring? Do you do it in the summer?
It's up to what they want to do.
We do have a lot of great ideas, and I love the idea of going in front of the colleges.
All the schools in the area, but Slippery Rock, Westminster, you go up along that corridor, there's a lot of kids from Beaver County that go to those schools. And my thought always is, I know when I left school, I didn't want to quit doing the things I was doing. So I got involved in coaching baseball, then broadcasting. Kept me close to sports because I couldn't play. And then I played softball. So they could still play recreational and do whatever, but this gives them something, like you said, to keep in shape and to get involved in. And you just have to get away from worrying about the fans so much, because in rare instances, you're going to have problems where people actually hurt you.
I think I don't know if it's a stereotype or misrepresentation or misunderstanding, but I think if we can get in front of a room and just clear up any misconceptions that people, you always hear, oh, well, they must be from this town because that's why they're throwing flags on the, or they live there or something.
People, they're not out there.
We don't care. If any of us were on the take, we wouldn't be getting game assignments.
Exactly, you wouldn't be.
It'd be a little obvious.
And another thing is, I've not seen many basketball referees do this, but I saw one guy say 3 words: take the test. Take the test and come down here and see if you can do better than me. And that usually shuts people up. But people that criticize aren't the ones that want to coach, aren't the ones that they don't have what it takes. So I would think the biggest thing is finding someone who likes the team environment, who wants to stay involved, and who wants to be part of a family and a crew. I think if you can find kids like that, it's a hard sell. But coming out of college, I think is a way, maybe even more than high school, because they're looking for jobs and might not want to get into something real serious right away.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. Scott, last thing, what else do you want to say? Because we're going to take our last break and you guys will probably get some pizza and go. What else do you want to say about this? Anything you want to say about the chapter? Anything you want to say about officials?
Well, the chapter, if you're interested, guys, anybody out there, men, women, it's bvoofficials.com. At the top of the page, there's a link that's become an official.
Is there a nice picture of you there in suit and tie?
There is not, thank you.
nice referee outfit?
It was funny because the Trib Live posted a picture from years ago in our and a crew in our white knickers.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, we're welcome. I mean, these are some of the best people you're ever going to meet, some of the best friends you're ever going to have.
Is there something on the site where people can ask you questions or submit their name or anything
There
like
is
that?
a contact us at the top also, right next to the Become an Official link. I believe it either takes you to me or Tim Linkenheimer, our rules interpreter. We would get back to you, any one of us. I mean, we wanted to provide you with our emails, the four of us, because they did an article in the Beaver County Times, and we didn't get nothing back from it, but he put all our emails in.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried that route.
Bobby Joe, anything you want to say to people, or anything besides the things you've said, anything that on your mind that you want to talk about before we let you go?
Yeah, sure. I think thank you for the platform and the opportunity. Definitely, I would say if you're listening tonight, if you're a player, a coach, a fan, whomever, just practice good sportsmanship. We need that now more than ever. It's really an emphasis from the top levels on down. You see, from the NFL on down, sports is supposed to bring people together. So let's we're all there rooting for our team. We know you're going to call us blind and say bad call or whatever, but let's keep it clean. Let's keep it classy. Don't bash the officials. And if you think you got what it takes, go to PIAA.org and take the test. It's $40. If you're under 18, it's free for the junior officials program, and it's very rewarding. And officials, our main goal when we step out onto the fields and courts and playing surfaces is for player safety. So that is one of the points of emphasis this year is sportsmanship and safety fouls, and that will be enforced this year. And just if you see us, and just into sports in general, you don't need to bash the other teams
Frank,
and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, two quick things. Number one is the test today is online and much different. When I took the test 22 years ago, I had to memorize that book and I had to answer every question in an old computer form. So it's easier to take the test than it ever was. Number two is, as Bobby Joe said, you're a mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. Get your sons and granddaughters, sons, daughters, granddaughters, and grandsons back involved in sports by having them become a referee.
We'll do our part. We'll try to have these folks on when we can. Thanks to Bobby Joe Bellis and Scott Travis, again, from the Beaver Valley Football Officials Association. Again, Pizza Joe's provided the pizza. We thank them as well. They've got everything, hoagies, salads. They say they sell a lot of chicken and steak salads as well.
Favorite pizza?
Pepperoni.
That's a
classic.
Yeah, see, I always say it.
Keep it
Traditional,
simple.
keep it simple. Exactly.
Anyway, we're going to be back. Me and Frank are going to talk about the first week coming up here, week 0. We'll do that in a few minutes here on Beaver County Radio.
You've got big dreams, and Community College of Beaver County turns dreams into degrees. Choose your path in business, criminal justice, education, health sciences, industrial technology, and more. Build your skills or prepare to transfer, all at a realistic cost and with lots of support. Strong futures start at CCBC. Stop dreaming and start doing. Enroll for fall at ccbc.edu/fall26.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
This is Brock McClellan from McClellan's Contracting and Roofing. Excellence doesn't happen by accident. It takes a disciplined, professional team. Our crews work with precision, trained to deliver on every detail every time. We don't settle for good enough. We aim higher because your home deserves it. Request your free estimate today at McClellan'sRoofing.com. McClellan'sRoofing.com. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it so you can stand in it.
If you have kids going off to college this fall, one of the most important things to consider is their new car. College kids need vehicles that are fuel efficient to save money and are versatile for cargo and passenger space and also have a sporty exterior. When you're looking for a new back-to-school car for your student, look no further than Moon Township Ford. They have plenty of vehicles that your student will love, whether new or pre-owned. And for everyone else, summer means it's time to get going and enjoy the warm weather. If your truck is your lifeline to towing recreational vehicles, campers, boats, and carrying jet skis, fishing gear, and more, the Ford F-150 truck is the vehicle for you. No matter where your summer vacation takes you, the adventure will be more fun and a new vehicle from Moon Township Ford. Summer vacations or back-to-school gear up. Trust Moon Township Ford to have what you need. University Boulevard across from Robert Morris.
Falconi's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Do you want to become a member of the Beaver County YMCA with no extra cost to you? You can have all the perks of a membership at no additional cost. The YMCA of Beaver County encourages you to call your insurance provider for free fitness benefit options. If you want more information, you can call the YMCA of Beaver County at 724-891-8439 or online at beavercountyymca.org.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost-plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
Hey Sarah, how are you? I'm really stressed out and I feel so overwhelmed. My daughter is getting married and then I'm taking care of my mom. I could really use a break.
You should call St. Barnabas Beaver Meadows. They have a really good respite program that can give you the break that you need.
Really? Tell me more.
When I was feeling overwhelmed taking care of my dad, I used St. Barnabas Beaver Meadows respite services. I was able to take him there for up to 30 days so that I could get the break that I needed. They were able to meet all of his needs, and he had so much fun that it was like a vacation for him too.
That sounds just like what I need. How do I get a hold of Beaver Meadows?
Just call 724-495-1600 and ask about their respite services. You can also go online to stbarnabashealthsystem.com.
Make a trip to Tri-State Sporting Arms on 3rd Avenue in New Brighton. Stop by and explore their huge selection of high-quality firearms. Their experienced staff is there to help you select the perfect firearm and gear for your family needs. Firearms are not just for hunting, but also for competing and shooting. Competition is all ages. Looking to sell your firearms? They also buy those too. Call them at 724-982-4298. Open Wednesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Before you buy, check out Tri-State Sporting Arms in New Brighton. You won't be disappointed.
This isn't just our anniversary. It's a celebration of you, our customers, who've made our 87 years possible. Join us for our Customer Appreciation Anniversary Sale with special Spin to Win giveaways. You'll find incredible savings on beautiful furniture, top quality appliances, sensational mattresses, and handcrafted Amish-built furniture. Through changing generations in our community, one thing has remained: the trust of our customers with our commitment to serving them with integrity. 87 years strong and savings even stronger. The Customer Appreciation Anniversary Sale only at AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. You'll do okay with AK.
A lot has changed since 1885. That's when my great-grandfather, William Andrew Hartzell, opened the doors to our family-owned and operated funeral home. This is William F. Rick Murphy from the William Murphy Funeral Home Incorporated in Rochester. Together with my son, Brian C. Murphy, we represent a business that is now flourishing into its 5th generation. Throughout that time, we've had the pleasure of experiencing many of local memories that have made Rochester and the surrounding area so great. I'll bet many of you can easily recall the H.C. Fry Glassworks, Barnett's Bootery, or even Kaufman's Department Store with its massive double-decker parking lot.
To put things in perspective, my family was already serving others at their time of need before the automobile had even been invented and the aforementioned businesses started and ended. Our commitment to serve our community with dignity and compassion has allowed the William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. to preserve a business legacy that spans nearly 140 years, and we're still here. To contact us, visit our website at William Murphy Funeral Home, Inc. or call 724-775-0309.
All right, we're back. Coach's Corner, Week 1. Mike Azadian, Frank Selipik, Curtis Walsh behind the scenes. We called our old producer the bearded one. We'll have to come up with something with him. He's got that rock and roll. He's in a band. We have to come up with a nickname
in
for
the
him.
band. Got the long hair. He's got the flow going
And
there.
he plays guitar. Am I right? He plays guitar. We're gonna have to find something for him.
We'll work on that.
Kirk Hammett, maybe. For those Metallica fans out there. Okay, let's talk about this week's game. Some will concentrate on them a little bit more. We got Ambridge at Quaker Valley. Ambridge was 1-9 last year. Quaker Valley 4-6, one of their better seasons in years. Ambridge with a new coach, and a lot of people were telling me they think Ambridge might be pretty good.
You know, Mike, I haven't heard that yet, but Coach Bradley does have a history of turning programs around and turning them around quickly. I think everybody in the Ambridge area would love to see that team be more competitive and give them something to cheer about. And your alma mater, Quaker Valley, had a solid season, bounce-back season last year. I'd like to see them build on that this year and see if they can, pick up another game or two and maybe make the playoffs.
And I think it's conference and stuff too. I mean, Quaker Valley was just in that conference with Hopewell and Central Valley.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough conference.
Sometimes, UCUVA has done well in the past, but they're mainly a school that's known for soccer and tennis and things like that. But they want to be, and basketball, they want to be a little bit more known.
But what we are watching is Dan Bradley taking over in Ambridge.
Exactly, and Ambridge has had their issues. They had some good coaches, but it was just tough getting the kids to all gel together. Second game on the schedule that I have, it's Avonworth, our game, at Hopewell. Avonworth 15-0, WPL and state champion. I still see a lot of papers and services ranking them in the top 5, if not the top 1 or 2. And Hopewell at 7-5, who went to the quarterfinals and lost to Imani Christian last year. They had the unfortunate task of trying to beat Imani Christian. We're expecting a good game, but Avonworth loses some talent, but they're bringing back some talent as well. They're a solid team.
Mike, the real issue in this game, or the real thing to watch in this game, 2 of the most highly recruited players in Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, are playing in this game. You got quarterback James Armstrong. You got defensive back Jaden Jones, who also plays offense, a very skilled, probably one of the most athletic players in the WPIL. This is going to be a great game with 2 talented players, and see how the supporting cast show up to help either one of these teams win.
Well, one thing about Hopewell, we know their line is a little bit young, but if they mesh and gel and block for Armstrong, they're going to be tough to beat. They're a team that scored a ton of points last year. But the defense, you're scoring a lot, your defense is then on the field a lot. It's tough to be great in both. And they ended up being in so many high-scoring games, and I think it wore some kids out. Imani Christian was just supremely talented. They thought they could go a little further last year. I think their coach told me at the end of the season he couldn't wait to get back to this year.
Yeah, and the other part of that too is to shore up the defense. They brought in Coach Tatalovich, who was on Mark Lyon's staff for many years, brought him in to run the defense. And so it will be a different defense with new schemes and some talented players who have a lot of playing experience.
And they're in a section with Aliquippa, Ambridge, Beaver, Elwood City, Oaks. Hopewell along with Aliquippa, could be the favorites. We're running out of time, so we may just brief through a couple games. Beavers at Central Valley. Central Valley lost to Imani Christian in the semifinals. Beaver Falls is at Blackhawk, traditional first-round game. Beaver Falls lost in the first round last year. Beaver local plays at Western Beaver. Western Beaver lost in the first round to Apollo Ridge. Rochester plays at home against Cambridge Springs. Elwood City goes to Riverside. They both made the playoffs last year. Moon goes to Montour. Moon's supposed to be pretty good. We're running out of time. New Brighton at Shenango. Osh at Shady Side. Southside at Freedom. Aliquippa just plays a scrimmage. And Cornell's at Stowe Rocks. Frank, you got anything to say? We've got 30 seconds.
No, I think it's going to be a great week 1-0, whatever we're calling it this year. Everybody enters with high expectations, and next week we'll be talking about how some of these teams played and whether the future looks bright or we got to wait for another week for an answer.
And we don't have our guests solidified for next week, but we want to thank Ryan Marchone, Eric Susich, Bobby Joe Bellis, and Scott Travers of the Beaver Valley Football Officials Association. Thank you to Frank Salopek, Curtis Walsh behind the mic as a producer, and as always, thank you fans for listening, and we'll be back next week here on Coach's Corner, only on Beaver County Radio.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
If you have kids going off to college this fall, one of the most important things to consider is their new car. College kids need vehicles that are fuel efficient to save money and are versatile for cargo and passenger space and also have a sporty exterior. When you're looking for a new back-to-school car for your student, look no further than Moon Township Ford. They have plenty of vehicles that your student will love, whether new or pre-owned. And for everyone else, summer means it's time to get going and enjoy the warm weather. If your truck is your lifeline to towing recreational vehicles, campers, boats, and carrying jet skis, fishing gear, and more, the Ford F-150 truck is the vehicle for you. No matter where your summer vacation takes you, the adventure will be more fun in a new vehicle from Moon Township Ford. Summer vacations or back-to-school gear up. Trust Moon Township Ford to have what you need. University Boulevard across from Robert Morris.
Falconi's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Do you want to become a member of the Beaver County YMCA with no extra cost to you? You can have all the perks of a membership at no additional cost. The YMCA of Beaver County encourage you to call your insurance provider for free fitness benefit options. If you want more information, you can call the YMCA of Beaver County at 724-891-8439 or online at beavercountyymca.org.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers at Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Dial 724-774-3200 and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors, LiftMaster garage door openers, and over 50 years experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Electric Garage Door Sales. Give them a call at 724-774-3200 or find them online at electricgaragedoorsales.com.
If you're not sure what play to call next, and it's 4th and long, maybe it's time to huddle up. This is Andy Dangle from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Loan programs of all types for many different purposes can get you across the goal line. Loan approvals are based on credit approval, and some restrictions may apply. Put a little freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You've got big dreams, and Community College of Beaver County turns dreams into degrees. Choose your path in business, criminal justice, education, health sciences, industrial technology, and more. Build your skills or prepare to transfer, all at a realistic cost and with lots of support. Strong futures start at CCBC. Stop dreaming and start doing. Enroll for fall at ccbc.edu/fall26.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.